It's Invisible Disabilities Week, but I'm invisible every day, not just for this week. My name's Carole Jean Whittington. I'm the founder and Chief Wellbeing Officer, lead researcher at Whittington Wellbeing, and I've struggled my whole life with invisible disabilities, things that no one else sees until they really look. They say, at least gurus, thought leaders say, oh, speak from the scar, not the wound. Today I'm going to speak from both. As someone with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, mitral valve prolapse, other co-occurring health conditions, I'm also autistic and ADHD, and I'm late identified. I didn't know this about my brain until I was 40. It's very common within our population of ADHDers to also have co-occurring health conditions that are invisible. And because of that, I want to talk about 3 important things today. Our well-being, chronic stress and burnout, the impacts of those in our lifetime of not being seen, not truly being seen, not seeing our struggles, not seeing our hearts as well, and our passion and our joy, and having this duality that I'm suffering, yet you tell me, oh, you look fine. You seem like you feel great. You look good. And there's something called masking, where we put on a persona or an expression for the benefit of other people. But I think for me, I masked externally to the professional level of camouflaging for so long that when I began to get out of burnout and learn who I am wonderfully wired to be, and that I'm not broken, I'm not defective, I'm not less than, I started to reverse mask. And for that, I mean, I wasn't, the outside of me didn't feel like it matched the inside of me. And so, because of a lot of health challenges and a lot of things in my life, I don't have any makeup on today. I wanted you to see this. This is my splotchy face because of some health conditions. Now, I do wear hair extensions. I couldn't take these suckers out, or I'd have shown you that too, because I had to take some medicine for a couple of years that caused a lot of hair loss and thinning, and now I have like really coarse, brittle hair. And none of the things on the outside reflected how I felt on the inside. I felt beautiful on the inside, but my outsides were showing that, yeah, I do struggle. And there's also this place that a lot of us with invisible disabilities run into, and that is we want to get dressed. We want to put makeup on. We want to fix our hair because it makes us feel better. But then it creates the challenge that you then think that I'm okay. You think I'm not struggling because I, quote unquote, look just fine. But I didn't wake up till 10:30 today. I woke up earlier, but I couldn't get out of bed till 10:30. I've been struggling with my health lately. I've had a pretty big POTS flare up. It's flared up in a way that I've never had before, so this is new. It's not like I can pull out some of my old tools and feel better all of a sudden. And a lot of these things that I'm talking about, they've been with us most of our lives, whether we knew it or not. And it's created a lot of internal shame, guilt, some pretty harsh dialogue, and sometimes some pretty dark thoughts. I had those dark thoughts starting at the age of 6, and I'm 50 today. When I speak from the wound, I hurt today, and I'm sad. Because I'm not able to do what I want, what my heart wants. And I speak from the scar, in that I know that this is part of the cycle of POTS. And then I will feel better. And I'm not feeling guilty or shameful because I slept in today, or because I've taken things at a much slower pace than I normally do, because my ADHD likes to go fast. But it's from this place that I also want to share, I see you. You're not invisible to me. Chronic stress with invisible disabilities leads to chronic cycle burnout. It leads to a place where we don't feel like our authentic selves because our insides and our outsides aren't really matching. It leads to a place where we don't feel like we belong. Not that we just don't belong with other people, but we don't feel like we belong to ourselves. Sometimes our body feels like it's taking over. And in my research, the number one thing that contributes most to chronic cycle burnout is internal emotional safety and self-trust. And those get eroded away over our lifetime of, well, you look fine, you can't be sick, or you shouldn't be struggling with this, you do these other things so well. But here's the thing, all of that leads to a doubting of our own experiences, not feeling like we're allowed to feel what we feel. And it leads to a place where we don't trust it. We don't trust our own thoughts or our own experiences. And all of that leads to a disconnection, especially when you have physical challenges and hurts and suffering. And your body, the place that you inhabit, doesn't feel safe any longer. And so you disconnect from it and you internally hate on it. I got to the other side of burnout, but that doesn't mean my health conditions are gone. It just means that I now understand them and approach them in a different way. And yes, today's hard for me. And I wanted you to see it because I'm not invisible. And neither are you. Healthcare insecurity, housing insecurity, employment, underemployment, and insecurity plague our population. If you are an ally, if you are someone who cares for others, the most loving thing you can do, the most supportive and compassionate thing you can do today is simply say, what's sparking your joy? What fills your heart? What aspirations do you have? What passions do you want to pursue? And how can I support you? If you're still here, thanks for listening. We are not invisible. We are here, and I see you.